Volkswagen. Volkswagen manufactures cars and commercial vehicles, trucks, minibuses, and auto parts. The trademark's past goes to the beginning of the 1930s, the time when the German industry was presenting luxury models, and an average German person could not afford to buy anything but motorcycles. Automobile manufacturers, with the purpose of occupying an empty segment, improved themselves in the field of manufacturing automobiles, including Mercedes 170h, Adler Autobahn, Steyr 55, Hanomag 1.3, and the others. In 1931 they created a car, and named it volksauto, coming from the word volk, which means folk. In 1933, Adolf Hitler ordered to manufacture a cheap car that will have the capacity to carry 2 adult people and 3 children, and also will be able to increase the speed of 100 kilometers per second. He wanted these cars to be as cheap as in the USA, therefore it was not to be expensive than 990 Reichsmarks, approximately $396. Despite the oppression, it was understood in a short time that the private sector could not make a car for 990 Reichsmark by retail. Later, Hitler decided to sponsor the building of a new business for the state with some limitations by using the improvements of Ferdinand Porsche to put together the cars. The first prototype of the car, named KDF wagon, was designed having the body got shaped round, with the air cooling motors placed back. Volks wasn't only being implemented only to the cars, but also to the other products, having a great place in a large population of Germany. On May 28, 1937 Volkswagen Werk GmbH, and in September 16, 1938 Gesellschaft zur Vorbereitung der deutschen Volkswagens mbH was founded. While the facility was under construction, in the Daimler-Benz factories the testing versions put together. In the last version, 985 cubic centimeters engine volumes with 4 steamrollers were changed, with M-powered plain bearing and torsion bar suspension freed from wheels are added. Volkswagen Beetle, 1938 to 2003. On May 26, 1938, the construction of a new factory began in Wolfsburg. In 1939, before the beginning of the war, only some cars have been manufactured. After the hostility began, it redesigned as a military product. For instance, Kübelwagen. From March 1943, it was equipped with a 25 horsepower 1,130 cubic centimeters engine. The car never scared of the bullets because of the lack of a radiator. Its top speed was 80 km/s. Volkswagen Kübelwagen, 1940 to 1945. As it's expected from Nazi Germany, they used free prisoner efforts in Volkswagen factories. In 1998, the company admitted, nearly 15,000 slaves were used. In that context, Volkswagen funded a voluntary indemnity. After the war, the Volkswagen factories have been harmed very hard as a result of bombardment and were under the English occupied zone. They began repairing the remaining facilities. They had to stop making military products and using slaves. However, an English officer taking a photo with him of a car to the English headquarters. Consequently, English government ordered 20,000 vehicle. In 1946, the factory was producing 1,000 automobiles per month and was a great accomplishment considering it was neglected. William Roots, the chairman of an English automobile producer Roots Group, saying Beetle will be in use for maximum 2 years, he visited Volkswagen and said too ugly and too noisy. Ironically, this model was already been producing in the 1980s in the Roots Group factory placed in Argentina when the company bankrupted. In 1948 Volkswagen became a symbol for Germany's recovery. In addition, Volkswagen designed a new commercial car named Volkswagen Typ 2, having a 1,100 cubic centimeters air cooling engine in the back. Volkswagen Typ 2, 1949 to 2003. In 1949 Volkswagen began to be up for sale in the USA, yet in the first year, they only sold 2 vehicles. The company started to work in order to raise their sales, and became the most selling foreigner trademark. In 1955, a new sport car showed up with a coupe car Volkswagen Karmann Ghia. At the beginning of the 50s, the population's living standard improved. For this reason, there was more demand for prestigious cars other than a Beetle. Afterward, Volkswagen management offered Karmann Company, engaged in bodywork manufacturing, to cooperate, and Karmann became an Italian Ghia firm. Prototype car presented at Paris Motor Show in 1953, and the people greeted it warmly. However, after the release of the serial version, the demand for it exceeded the auto company's most daring expectations. Only in the first year they sold 10,000 Ghia. It is not seen as a sport automobile for the elite, it is seen as an elegant city car. Under the hood, there was a 60 horsepower 1,584 cubic centimeters engine. In August 1957, Volkswagen introduced convertible Karmann Ghia. After 1961, the car upgraded with a wider grille, rounder tail light, and higher-mounted new headlamps. Volkswagen Karmann Ghia, 1955 to 1974. Volkswagen bought and United Auto Union and NSU Motorenwerk AG, and started manufacturing new luxury cars under the name of Audi. At the beginning of the 70s, Volkswagen released Passat, Scirocco, Golf, and Polo. The firstborn Volkswagen Passat appeared in 1973 and borrowed some body elements and mechanical components from the Audi 80. At the start, it is presented as a 2- and 4-car door sedan and similar 3- and 5-door versions. Volkswagen Passat, 1973. Being designed by Giorgetto Giugiaro, Admiral ship Volkswagen Golf released in 1974. It has a front-wheel drive and a front-placed water-cooling engine. Golf became Volkswagen's best-selling, segment leader, and world's best-selling second car. The model manufactured more than 29 million in 2012. Early on, it is released with a 3-door hatchback body, then a 5-door hatchback station wagon variant, 1993, convertible, cabriolet or cabrio 1979 VE 2011, and Jetta or Vento or Bora named sedan released. With the launch of this model, the history of the Beetle ended until 2003. The model has passed through 7 generations, and has also received a hot, hybrid and electric version. Volkswagen Golf, 1973. In the 1980s, Volkswagen sales in the USA and Canada sharply dropped because the Japanese and Americans were competing with cheaper and similar products. After this, the trademark chooses itself a new path focusing on the growing markets. As a piece of the same strategy, Volkswagen started to cooperate with Seat and slowly purchased Spanish car manufacturers' shares until 1990 when they completely bought all of their shares. In 2007 a new Volkswagen factory opened in Kaluga, and 2 years after, it began to be manufacturing. In 2010 the factory produced their 200.000th car. Volkswagen Lupo, 1998 to 2005. In the year of 1998 company released in 1998, the company launched the new Lupo City car, which filled a vacant place in the lower tier of the brand's model line. Initially, the model was available in 2 trim levels, and was later supplemented with Sport and GTI options. In 1999, 3-liter named a new model launched. It was able to go fast as 100 kilometers just by using 3 liters, and this made him become the leader of diesel-fueled cars. The company is constantly developing in the field of fuel efficiency improvement and receives prestigious awards for its solutions. In 2002, the concept car of the super-efficient Volkswagen XL1 car of the future presented. It covers 100 kilometers with a liter of fuel, and that's what differs it from the other cars. The car, which has the capacity to travel 50 kilometers when powered solely on electric power, draws attention with its futuristic design for 2. Volkswagen XL1, 2013. Today Volkswagen is the founder of Volkswagen Group, which is an international company, and the owner of Audi, Seat, Lamborghini, Bentley, Bugatti, Scania and Skoda. At the moment Volkswagen is accepted as Europe's biggest automobile producer. Volkswagen's factories are present in Germany, Mexico, United States, India, China, Indonesia, Slovakia, Poland, Spain, Czech Republic, Russia, South Africa and in the other countries. The history of the world-famous brand Volkswagen cars began almost 80 years ago, and during this time cars of this brand have gained a reputation as reliable and at the same time beautiful and stylish cars. For our video about Volkswagen releasing various models until now, I put the link below. Happy days with automobiles.